Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to this new speed build in The Sims 4. I'm Camila and today we are building something in Willow Creek, and it's not just a random family home for a family that I made up, but it's a renovation sort of the Pancakes house. So initially I intended to actually renovate their house, and I tried to do that. I seriously spent a lot of time trying to do that, but then I couldn't bring myself to do it. Something wasn't working for me. I think that I'm just not the best at renovating pre-existing lots in The Sims 4. I'm more comfortable with just bulldozing everything and start over from scratch, and that's what I did here today because I'm not gonna show you what I did with the actual Pancakes house because that's pretty much a waste of time, because after a while I realized that I wouldn't be able to do anything with it, so I bulldozed the house and I rebuilt it. But I think that in some ways you can still see that it's the Pancakes house because I tried to kind of mimic the original shape of the house, especially like the front of the house. And also the floor plan on the first floor is pretty much identical to the one of the original house, because we have, once you get into the house, you have the dining room to the right and the living room to the left, and then next to the dining room towards the back of the house you have the kitchen, and that's what's happening here as well. So the only thing that's different with this house here in terms of the downstairs floor plan is the fact that I added a bathroom, because there wasn't a downstairs bathroom in this house originally, which I didn't like. In general, I like to have at least a downstairs bathroom and an upstairs bathroom. So here I added a bathroom and also a laundry nook. And overall the floor plan wasn't like the easiest, because even though, as I was telling you, I kind of mimicked the original one, I still had a bit of I was a bit indecisive on what I should do with all the room that I ended up having, because this house, it's kind of big. So it took me a while to get to the final floor plan, and this one is not the final version yet, so you will see, because initially I tried to kind of cut the living room in half, or like in two parts, and I thought of doing a sort of formal living room and then a more closed off TV room for the family to watch TV. But then I don't know, I didn't like how it was looking. I thought that the formal living room was kind of a waste of space, and I don't know why, because sometimes I like to do that in my builds. But this time around it wasn't the best idea, so it took me a very long time, but in the end I got there. I got to the final version of the floor plan and of the downstairs, because the upstairs floor plan came together pretty quickly and pretty nicely too, if I may say so myself. And you'll see it, but I really had a ton of fun with the upstairs, because also in the original version of the house, Bob and Eliza sleep in separate rooms, and that's also what's happening in this house. But in an updated version of the household, they also have a kid, so I ended up decorating a third bedroom for their kid, who is a little boy, a toddler named Iggy. And we have his bedroom, and Bob sleeps in the office because I thought it was kind of realistic, so they haven't thought about having to separate beds. And in the meantime, until they maybe redecorate the office, Bob is sleeping there and on the Murphy bed. So it's not an actual bed. He's sleeping on the Murphy bed in the office, which I think it's kind of sad, but also kind of hilarious, because it's the Pancakes, and I think it's kind of fitting for this family here. So you will tell me if you agree with me, but I think it's kind of a nice touch that brings some kind of realism to this house. So maybe they pretend that they have like a very wonderful relationship, but they aren't sleeping together. And Eliza completely redecorated her bedroom and basically made it all pink. And as you will see, or maybe you see it already, but I try to make this house look as though Eliza basically decorated everything like according to her taste and not considering Bob's preferences. So we have a lot of green and a lot of pink going on around. The green color dominates like the common areas like the kitchen and the dining room and also the living room. And her bedroom, as I was saying before, it's very pink. It's so pink. Because I don't know, I think she doesn't just like green, but she also likes pink. And since we have the likes and dislikes options in Create a Sim now, I imagined that I could also give her actual preferences in cast. And then I imagined that she really dislikes the color blue, which is Bob's color, if I can say it like that. Like, his bedroom in the original house is very blue, and so I also decorated the office to be very blue, like with a lot of blue things around. And so I imagine that he likes blue, but Eliza hates it, and so everything that's blue in this house is like confined to the office space. And I don't know, I hope that you will like what I did with this house, because I really enjoyed building this. It was kind of tricky in the beginning, but then once I kind of figured out what I wanted to do with it, inspiration kept coming and I kept having ideas on what to do with this house. And so yeah, I really hope that you will like it. But talking about something a little bit different that still has to do with The Sims, but in a very different way than the Pancakes house. This last weekend I was in Florence because I went there with my boyfriend to like spend a couple of days of vacation there, because we wanted to go somewhere for just like a weekend or so. If you follow me over on Instagram or on Twitter, you probably already know this, but I finally met Julia Builds in person after a year and a half, basically just texting and video chatting and getting to know each other, but only like online and not in person. We met there and it was like the best day ever. I don't know, I've had of course many good days in my life, but I think like I've never experienced such a nice feeling like the one that I felt on Saturday, because I have never had an internet friend. So like I know many people that have many internet friends, like even before I was part of the Sims community, but I didn't actually get the type of friendship, and I didn't actually understood what it was like until I joined the Sims community online and I made some friends. One of them is Julia, and finally after a year I could actually see her, talk to her, and it was so great because there wasn't any kind of embarrassment or uncomfortableness, if you can say it like that. I don't know, but you know how when you talk to someone online, it's not always the same when you meet them in person, because yeah, it can be different. Like you can feel a little bit embarrassed or kind of shy, but this didn't happen with her, and I was so happy to see her, and I was so happy to be there with her and to see that there wasn't any kind of embarrassment, any kind of shyness. I don't know if shyness is a word, but yeah, you got what I meant probably. And so yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm so happy to have finally met her. And tell me in the comments if you have like internet friends or something like that, and if you actually met them in person and how was it like. I'm just full of gratitude and full of joy. It's been like a few days now, but I'm still really happy when I think about it. And the only thing that kind of bums me is that I didn't bring her anything, like because I didn't want to believe that we were gonna see each other, so I didn't think about actually like bringing something with me to give her, like some kind of thing that could remind her of me and of this day that we spent together, like that hour and a half that we spent together, but I didn't bring anything. And when I was there, I was like, oh my god, I should have brought this thing and that thing and everything else. So I don't know, this was the only thing that kind of I was disappointed about, but it doesn't have anything to do with her. It was just amazing. And yeah, tell me about it in the comments if you have had any experience like this one, or what, or if you want to have like internet friends or anything like that. Anyway, I talked over the entire house basically. Now we're just doing a bit of landscaping, which was kind of hard too. Like, this house was definitely not the easiest for me to build, and so yeah, the landscaping was a bit tricky, but in the end I figured that I wanted to have something very lush with many colors, not just green and pink, so I just threw a bunch of bushes together and called it a day, and I think it works. I think it looks good. I also added some decorations to the exterior, like those little things that I added under the roof, like under the eaves, and I added some flower boxes, like not some, I added a ton of flower boxes, and I think they look pretty nice, pretty colorful, and they give this house that kind of perfect look that I think Eliza would really enjoy, even if her life isn't perfect. She just wants everyone to think that it is, so yeah, that's her way to do that. And for the exterior, I just added a little pool, an exterior dining space, some loungers, some planters, the usual stuff, an easel on the back porch, back patio, because I thought it would be nice to have another skill building item. And oh, they also have a cat. They're gonna have a cat in my save file, and I think I gave them a very hilarious name, like Bacon or Blueberry, because it's like blueberry pancakes or bacon pancakes. I don't know. I know that Sim Lacey named their pets like something like this, and I thought it was brilliant, so I kind of took her idea and I kind of went with it because I think it's so fun and it's too perfect of an occasion not to take advantage of it and to name a pet Blueberry Pancakes. So yeah. Anyway, we are at the end of the video. The last thing I did was adding a little toothbrush in Bob's room. If you liked the video, please remember to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel, because we are very close to 700 subscribers, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day, and bye everybody.